everyone, you're welcome to the Total Education Show.
School is not just about academic subjects alone. School is also about co-curricular activities. School is engagement with fun. School is a lot more than just the cognitive side of things.
Development of a child is 360, and that's why we have tagged this program Total Education Show.
Stream is here to raise kids that will identify the problems, come together as a group, inquire why this problem happened, and see a way to correct the error.
We normally say that we have 4 baskets of rights. So four baskets
of rights.
Of children.
Oh, awesome.
As provided for by the Child Rights Law.
At the end of 3-year training in technical colleges, students are competent enough to take any job.
Sit down, relax, and enjoy the show. Thank you. Hello friends, hello everyone at home. My name is Wumi Tolu Alalade, your anchor on the Total Education Show. Yes, Total Education Show. The show is put together and packaged by the Lagos State Ministry of Education for your co-curricular aspect of education. So you have a total and a valued education system even in your homes. Yes. Now, what areas will we be looking at? We're going to be looking at STEM issues. We're going to be looking at TVET, and we'll be looking at, yes, child protection issues. Everything that has to do with child protection and advocacy of your children, even as they are home. Now, do you want to give me feedback? Yes, I want to hear from you. You can send in your feedbacks to me on this WhatsApp number 081-26601-889. Yes, WhatsApp messages only on 081-26601-889. Yes, I'm waiting and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Sit down, relax, and enjoy the show. Thank you. Welcome to today's show. We're here to look at other issues bordering on STEM. And if you remember last week, we had the meaning, the introduction, the relevance. And today we'll look at more aspects of the topic. We have with us in the studio Sojime Gbonwo, and he's going to shed more light on the topic of the day. However, I'm still waiting for you to send your feedbacks. Please feel free to use the number on your screen and send in your test WhatsApp messages to us, and we'll be ready to give you your feedback. It could be questions, it could be pictures of you during the STEM cafe activities. It could also be some of your artwork that you've been able to create during the show or after the show. I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself, even as we continue with the program. Welcome to today's episode of the Total Education Show. Today we're back with Soji, and we'll be looking at other aspects of STEM. Soji, how has it been since the last episode?
Yeah, great. Great.
Even with this issue of schools being shut down and people not resuming yet.
It's not be easy, but at least we're getting along.
So today we want to look at another aspect of STEM. If you remember correctly, last time we talked about the relevance of STEM in education. We also look at those skills, and when we say STEM, what does it really mean? What are we talking about? What does the R and the A? We emphasize them, and we were able to show some video clips and activities on STEM Cafe practical sessions. and the arts and crafts session by Ebenezer Udutola. Now we're going straight into the discussion stage, and we want to look at some other aspects of STREAM today. So today, Soji will be looking at exploring the relevant skills that a child gets if exposed to STREAM. Looking at the century we are in, we all know what it is. This is the time that skills are very paramount and very important. So what are those relevant skills that any child that is exposed to STREAM stands to gain?
Okay, so thank you. If you look at our world today, it is the best time for us to raise a case that will be asking why for every question. And if you expose students to STREAM education, you are giving that kind of child a kind of total package to ask why. That is inquiry skill, to have digital literacy skills, to have collaborative skills, to have critical thinking skills. So communication skills. And design thinking skills. So this is a total package that you are giving to that child if you expose the child to STREAM education. Because STREAM as it is designed for students to know why something happened and to see how they can correct the wrong. And obviously, if you look at our world, our society, there are problems to be solved. And STREAM is here to raise case that will identify the problems, come together as a group, inquire why this problem happened, and see a way to correct the error.
The error, yeah. And while at it, they will have the maths and science skills coming up.
Obviously.
They will also have creativity.
Oh, yes.
And I'm sure imagination to be able to come up with new innovations that will answer the questions or probably solve the problems that they see in their own local communities.
Exactly.
Looking at this, we would like to showcase some of the things that Mr. Soji does in the STEM Hub. I understand you have a club.
Yeah.
What's the name of the club?
Yeah, so we have a STEM club in school, in my school and some other schools, where we train young people, students, who are predominantly from a very poor background. We train them, we empower them, we STREAM curriculum. And at the end of the training, the student will go into the community to identify problems in the community and develop solutions to solve them. For instance, in my school, you will see that some students develop, if you look from the video you watch and from the picture you watch, you will see that some students develop e-trash. And e-trash is a robot where students drop up their waste. E-trash.
Wow.
Well, because the reason for that is that students in school, they generate more waste.
Yes, they litter everywhere.
They generate more waste. So my students are looking for ways to make waste dumping attractive. So they created a robot where students don't need to touch the waste bin. From it just a few meters to the waste bin, it's open by itself, they drop it, and it closes by itself.
So it has a sensor.
A sensor. So with this kind of mindset, kids will be interested to drop their waste properly.
Because they want to see that thing just open up.
A form of incentive.
Yes, before they drop their trash. That's a very nice one. We'll see you at the end of the video.
Proper disposal of waste has been a menace in society. The government have been trying to bring up different solutions that haven't been successful over time. Why? It's not because the solutions are not appropriate, but because people feel, why should they do it since they have these solutions in their homes? A lot of health hazards have been occurring due to the improper disposal of waste in the society. So we try to bring up an easier way to dispose waste properly. We brought up a trash bot called e-trash. Now, e-trash is a trash bot powered by Arduino, which enables its users go to the front, it opens itself automatically, then closes back after you drop your trash into it.
How it works?
Now, like I said, when you are within 0.5 meters, it opens, and when you move back, it closes. The trash bot opens by itself automatically when I'm within 0.5 meters. So I can drop my trash.
Wow.
Welcome back to another segment of the STREAM aspect of Total Education Show. Today we are talking about the skills that are available for students to be exposed to when they are studying, when they are being taken through stream education. We just concluded a video, a STEM Cafe practical video of practical sessions that we can have done in our home, right in our sitting room. Yes, that's what we do for you in this program. We bring everything that you're supposed to have at the co-curricular aspects of education right to your home. Yes, now we go on straight to examples of skills that students can develop when they are exposed to stream education. So, Soji, can you share with us some experiences and real-life situations of students making use of stream education to do wonderful things?
Okay, so if we check around Lagos State, we will recall that in the past, even currently, we have students that have won several competitions, both locally and globally, through the introduction of stream education into the school, through the introduction of the stream curriculum to the student. We have students who have done stuff in robotics and have won both local and global competition, international competition. Yes. We have students who have done stuff around design thinking, in debating, and they have won a national and global competition. We have students who have done something around machine learning too in this Lagos State, and public school students for that matter, and they have won several awards, both locally and globally. And as we speak, even during this pandemic, we have a group of students as we speak now that won a water, they call it a water prize. And it's a global competition. They'll be representing Nigeria outside the country anymore from now. And this happened during this pandemic. So amazingly, we have students who are using the stream model of learning, the stream education to solve real life problems, and they're getting reward. Yeah, and I also want to let you know that we have public school students who have won several scholarships as a result of this exposure. I have some of students from my district, from other districts, even from my school, that have won the same scholarship, that have won the same digital devices as a result of taking part in STEM activities and engagement.
Yes, so we all agree that being a part of STEM activities, it really enhances the productivity of our children. It helps them to become creative. It helps them to develop communication skills. It helps them to also develop collaborative skills that makes them to function as a team and to be able to develop things. We have a whole lot of issues in Nigeria, and we don't want to have students or children that will grow into people that cannot solve problems that they find in their communities. We want to look into another video right now and see what we can buttress from all that we have shared during our discussion. Do enjoy yourself.
Hello, my name is Shalom. I'm an educator in STEM Cafe. Today we're going to be exploring the bones of the hand. The materials we need for this are tape, a marker, a ruler, scissors, straws, a box cutter, a stick to help you grab your glue, a pencil, and a carton or a cardboard, anything you can find, or a cereal box. Have you ever thought about how your body would be if there was no movement? If you were like a human being that couldn't move any part of your body, you were just stiff? Do you know what makes it possible for you to move different parts of your body? We're going to find out today as we learn about the hand bones. The human body is made up of skeleton, and the skeleton is made up of bones. These bones form the structure that helps to support our human body. And these bones can be found in various parts of the body. The human adult has about 206 bones, and in our hands we have about 27 bones. So we're going to see how these bones are formed on our hands. Have you ever tried to pop your knuckles? Carefully, can you hear that? Wow! How did you do that? That's because you have different joints in your hands. And this joint is where two bones meet. We're going to see that from what we're going to do today. So the first thing we do is to grab our carton or cardboard or cereal box and you draw your hand. So place your hand, space it out a little and draw. So you can trace it out using a marker. Okay. And we want to make it into box form so it can be easy for us to cut out. So we're going to cut it in box forms like this. Straight. So you can use your ruler. Now remember we said you're going to have something like this. Remember we have the bones in the hands, on our fingers, on this part of the hands. We have different bones. If you didn't have bones, they won't be able to stand like this and you won't be able to move them like this. So we're going to identify those bones on our drawing. So we make marks. 1, 2, 3. 3. Do that one. And let's see, and here under the thumb, drawing very long line. Under this, you have a shorter, almost the same length, but it should be bigger, like a box one. It should be the same line. So, then remember we are learning about the bones of the hands. So we want to cut our straws into tiny shapes so we can place them on the marks that we have. So carefully use your scissors to cut them out. So to make the bigger one, you can use 2 of these. To make the smaller one, use 1 of this. And the smaller ones, the shorter ones, we can use this. So cut them out. We're going to glue the straws to the mark that we made and then cut it out. Let's go. You can use your tape, you can use your glue. Carefully cut this out. Remember the ones in the middle are a bit longer. The bones here. Carefully. So these straws are going to represent the bones of the hands. And remember the bones in the hands helps it to. Remember the bones in the hand makes it possible for the hand and other parts of the body to move. Remember we're going to put 2 straws under the thumb. Under the thumb, 2 straws to show that it's big. And I'll tell you why. So let's leave it to dry for about 2 minutes. Now it's dry, it's time to cut it out. So you can use a box cutter, you can use a scissors. You need to get someone to help you if you can't do this well. Let's go. And voila! We have this. This looks like a hand. And so the next thing we want to do is to fold those parts of the hand to form the joints. So we have it straight like this. We're going to fold it carefully in between. Good. See, looks like the human hand. And remember, on the hand we have bones, and the bones have different names. The bones on the fingers here are called the phalanges. They are called the phalanges, the bones here. The ones in the middle are called the metacarpals. The ones here towards this part of the hand are called the carpals. As you can see, and you will notice that we have a smaller bone and a bigger bone. The bone under the thumb is bigger than the bone under the pinky. The bone under the thumb is called radius. It's bigger than the bone under the pinky, which is called ulna. And these bones make it possible for your hand to stand and to move. We have other bones in our body, and we have bones that join to bones to form joints. When two bones join together, they form joints. The joints, just like you can see. And that's why you can pop your knuckles. You can pop your knuckles because you have bones joined to each other to form a joint. And the body is made up of skeleton. Without the skeleton, your body will be wobbly and you will not be able to stand. You will not be able to move. You will not be able to do things like a human being. You're falling like a leaf or a paper or something that doesn't have weight or doesn't have support. So the skeleton in the body gives your body support and makes it able for you to move. We have different types of joints. We have the freely movable joints, we have the partially movable joints, and we have the immovable joints. Remember, we learned about the bones in the hands. These are the phalanges. These are the metacarpals. These are the carpals, and there are two bones here, here, and here. The one under the thumb, just like you can see, is bigger than the one under the pinky. The one under the thumb is called radius, and the one under the pinky is called ulna. Let's see how much you've learned from this experiment. When two bones are joined together, they form what? A joint. These two bones staying side by side are different from each other. The one under the thumb is called what? And the one under the pinky is called what? Drop your answers on our social media platform. Let's see how much you've learned. You can do this at home. You can also explore the bones of the legs and the bones of other parts of the body. Thank you very much. See you next week. Bye.
Thank you for being a part of the show. We look forward to seeing you next episode where we'll handle other issues bordering on stream. We want to use this opportunity to say thank you to the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, for his support in having content for children that are right now at home because of the school shutdown due to the pandemic. We also want to say thank you to the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo, for her support, for her leadership, and the way she has been steering the ship of the Ministry of Education since the onset of the pandemic. Thank you so much, ma. Not forgetting the Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Ministry of Education, and all our Tutor General Permanent Secretaries who have been showing themselves and being selfless in delivering content to our students and ensuring that learning continues in our schools, even though the students are in their homes. I remain your anchor for the Total Education Show, and I look forward to having your feedbacks via the numbers that has been shown on your screen. Please feel free to ask questions, feel free to send us comments, feel free to ask anything that you want to know about all the segments and episodes of the Total Education Show. I remain your anchor, Wunmi Tolu Alalade. See you next time and have a wonderful day. Stay safe and stay blessed.